Well, you know those stories that start out with, we just planned to go for a regular hike. We are supposed to have a great weather window. It was all supposed to go according to plan. Well, this is not one of those stories. We came to Germany for two reasons, and after spending an epic weekend at Oktoberfest, it was time to hike Germany's tallest peak, the Zugspitze. But planning all of this was a nightmare, so we ended up having to do it on the fly the day before. This forced us to get an alpine start to catch a bus into the next town of Vibespeed and start our way up from there. Because we're right where we belong. We constantly kept checking the forecast, and it only called for a 40% chance of rain for an hour. And they were right, but the wrong type of precipitation. It started snowing and it never stopped. At first, it was light, nothing was sticking. So we thought to ourselves that, yeah, maybe this storm will just pass through and we'll be able to continue our way up, like no big deal. But we were surely mistaken. The further we got up, the worse it got. In the moonlight,
Making our way up to the Zugspitze by foot. There to the gondola. I'm FIFA.
it was supposed to take us 7 hours one way to the summit, so the plan was to take the last gondola down before sunset. But as we pushed further up, the footing became worse, and the snow honestly turned to ice. With each step, the weight of the decision to turn back grew more and more. We decided to make it up to the last hut before the summit and then reevaluate our plan from there. We were only a half a mile to the summit, and the conditions were unknown and probably way worse. We didn't have any crampons or ice axes. It was only a half mile. And our other option was to hike back down the 7 miles. But we weren't sure if that trail was covered in snow by now. So we weighed our options and made the right call and headed back down, while everyone was still all smiles and could continue on with the rest of the trip. I'll be with you no matter how long, because we're right where we belong. Whatever path we travel on. I'd be lying if I told you that I didn't care that we didn't reach the summit. But it was the right decision, and I don't think it would have been worth risking everyone's time and possibly their lives trying to reach this snow and ice covered summit. For what? Just another tick in the book? So even without reaching the summit, this was still a trip of a lifetime that I get to look back and laugh about with my girlfriend and my 2 friends. And that's way more important than risking for some mountain that we weren't even close to being prepared for.